So, 0-0 today, Jade, against Tyressa in the Champions League semi-final. First leg. Lovely to see you again. The last time we met was the 9-0 thrashing down in Brighton, where I caught you off guard for 50 seconds. But hopefully we can have a little bit of a longer chat this time. I got the impression that the Swedish side were very on top in the first half. Would you agree that it was very, very... It was a game of two halves, I found. I found you were being pegged back quite a bit in the first half, but then in the second half you really started to get a grip of things.
Yeah, definitely. I've spoke to quite a few people after the game today, and they've asked about obviously the halves and the difference sort of performance of the team. And I think as a challenge for us, we set ourselves coming at half time in the game, so a bit of a 0-0 or 1-0 up. And I think, to be honest with you, as a player in it that experienced them sort of feelings, I think, to be honest with you, we was a little bit more focused on not conceding, coming in at half time and not conceding. And I think, to be honest with you, all credit to the girls, we did that. And then obviously on the second half we then went, well, we haven't showed nothing of what we can do on the ball, so now let's go out and show what we can do on the ball. And I think again we did that. So do
you think you were being a little bit fatigued because like 3 games in a week?
Definitely.
You know, cup and then the Everton game 0-0 and then obviously today.
No, definitely. That's why if you'd seen the game on Wednesday, there was quite a big squad rotation. We've been in recovery sessions. We've been doing everything that we can do to get on top of that sort of thing.
Did you play the full 90 minutes on Wednesday?
I did.
Yeah. How'd it go?
3 90 minutes in a week, so it is pretty savage, and there's not much time to get on to do the recovery methods and get on top of it really more than anything. Sleep's probably the best thing that you can do. And we know all these girls work jobs, work 9 till 5.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's hard. It is hard to get that balance right, because really you're doing a professional job here at football, where you're going to have to go home and work a 9 till 5 shift with a lot of the girls that they have to do. So it is, and it's been difficult and it's been tiresome. But I think, to be honest with you, that ground out performance that we've done today is what we deserved. And I think from the week that we've had, really we've sat down, we spoke about it as a team, and we've gone, this week's going to be the biggest week of our whole domestic season. We've got obviously the FA Cup that you don't want to get knocked out in the first round. You've got the first league campaign game that you want to get onto a bit of a winner and get them 3 points on the table. And obviously today, a massive game. You don't want to concede at home. We didn't. So roll on to that next week, and hopefully we can gain on that and capitalise on it.
One I have to say who caught my eye in the second half, and I thought the girl just burst into life, was Mel. She really did. She was really going for it in the second half. I don't know, for some reason it just sort of like, wow, and you're making runs into the area, going at the defence and everything. Would you agree? She had a great game.
Yeah, definitely. Second half again, she had to. I think the gaffer had a little bit of a word in her ear half time and said, you've got to get in the game really. She has been ill the last week. So again, I think that's been something that again in the first half that she probably felt a little bit, tried to reserve herself really more than anything.
I was going to say, is that a lawnmower or a motorbike?
A big motorbike.
Aging rocker on there. Okay, sorry.
It's my lift actually.
I'm sorry. No, but I know she had a blinder.
Yeah, she did. She come out and performed and showed everyone what she can do and what she's capable of.
And Chelsea kept Marta at bay.
Yeah, had someone else ask me where was Marta? Sat in Chelsea Weston's back pocket. But hopefully we've had a bit of a laugh about that as a team, but. We've got another leg to play, so I think a lot of us are a bit standoffish and like, okay, well, we don't want to say too much because it might bite us on the backside on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? So.
But would you say I never really thought that it was a game today of there was many clear-cut chances. There was no one really who could have buried it, and there wasn't, near misses here or there, but there was never anything.
There wasn't a lot of chances
sitters,
in the 18-yard box,
exactly,
was there, to be honest with you. It was a lot of, the game was sort of 18 yard to 18 yard, and it was a game of the battles. And I think some we won, some we didn't. But we're in a great position now on Sunday to absolutely go there and give everything that we've got.
Like, it's lovely to have you on, like properly now. At last we were able to have a good old chat. So just really, really quickly, as it's in theory, like the first time you've come onto my show. How did Birmingham find you? How did things get started for you in football? How did it sort of come into your life? You got an accent there. Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from up north. I'm from sort of Sheffield way, Rotherham.
Right.
I'm not a broad Yorkshire accent, but it creeps in now and again.
Yeah. No, my sister's in Sheffield, so yeah. But like, how did like football sort of get started?
I've played it since I was young, to be honest. I followed my granddad, my dad, followed them, used to go and watch that sort of in and out. Used to just, didn't really watch the football, used to just kick the ball about on the side. And I think, to be honest, I was decent at it, so I think I sort of got shoved down that path, go and play for a team. I did, I played well, and then all of a sudden I was at Doncaster Bells.
Was there a girls' team at your school?
I've gone back a few years now.
Not many years, yeah.
I think there was, yeah. I think there was. I don't think it was very good, but I think there was definitely a girls' school, a girls' team. Sorry, but it's massive now, women's football. It never was. Do you know what I mean? And we're not really going back that many years, but it wasn't ever as big as what it is now. And I think for a lot of girls coming through, it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It's actually a sport. Do you know what I mean? And it's recognised, and you know, as much as it pains us to say, like, we'll get walking down the street and a lot of us are like, God, have you got your Champions League game this? Do you know what I mean? This weekend, people have stopped us in the streets and like,
so nice.
Where is it? Where's it at? We're coming down to watch. And a lot of people are like, but we're Villa supporters, so don't tell no one. So, you know, you're getting the community behind you really more than anything, and it's only from doing so well. Do you know what I mean? So the teams that are still lower level, it's still probably a bit of a fight for them. But for us to sort of do so well in this competition and make history for the club, it's you know, it's been a really good season so far.
I spoke to David after the. I don't. You know, you can talk about this if you want to, but I don't. You know, if you don't want to say anything about it, you don't. But I talked to David after the Arsenal game down at Barton's, and I was making noises about, wouldn't it be wonderful to see in the England side yourself, Karen, and Joe. I sort of like, you know, I said that I think Joe's such a rock in the middle, you know, with yourself. And I just thought, I said to Dave, wouldn't it be lovely if, you know, we could see her in the England side, you know. But,
I think it's a hard one, really. I think she's at that position where she's been consistent now for this will be her fourth season.
So long.
So consistency often, you know, pays the price. But you can't really make the manager make that decision, can you?
No, exactly.
Like all she's got to do now this season, especially, go out and perform consistently, keep performing, and hopefully if she gets that opportunity, she'll grasp it with two hands.
Have you been enjoying it since Mark's been taking over now? Has it been quite a different sort of setup?
It's been good, yeah. It's been a lot more. I want to say relaxed, but I want to see you later, Tony.
See ya.
I want to say relaxed but fun. I think he's tried to create a little bit more of a friendly, happy environment, and it helps, especially when you're on the road for so long. When you're sort of regimented and there's a lot of routine and structure, you can get sort of bogged down by that. But I think that's what he's come in and he's tried to liven up the group a little bit more team orientated. And I think, to be honest with you, it's helped, and it's probably worked, because I think it needed just a bit of a spruce up. He's got quality players, he's got quality in depth, and really it's there for the taking for him to do what he wants with the team, to be honest with you.
Were you at the Euros? Did you play in the Euros?
I didn't get on.
You didn't get on there, but obviously, and have you been playing in? Did you play against Wales at Millwall?
No, I didn't get on either.
You didn't get there on either. So it was just
I've been in the setup now. I think it's 2.5 years. I've been in the England setup 2.5 years. I think I've only got about 6 or 7 caps, something like that. So I've been there. I've witnessed quite a lot. I've been in and around the squad. Obviously, I was with Hope for 2 years. Now I'm involved with this current squad. So I think it helps as a player, you know, for the new players that have come in under Mark. That's all they now know. Do you know what I mean? So for them players that have been under Hope as well, and now can then go, okay, well, she's done this, she's done that, she's done this, but Mark's now doing this. Do you know what I mean? And he's changing the outlook and how you see the game. Do you know what I mean? We was quite defensive, like we was sound defensively under Hope, and our structure and organisation was incredible, really, because not a lot of teams ever broke us down, but it was that a little bit like today. Didn't have that cutting edge, and that cutting edge is what sort of makes you win the major competitions, and it makes people want to come and watch. He's a massive believer of wanting to get the fans involved and getting the fans to back us and be them 12 men, really.
Would you say that Mark's style is a lot more attacking? Because you've scored a lot of goals already.
We have. The teams that we've played, I think, have probably helped that. We haven't played quality opposition really that are going to test us, other than France. And then obviously we didn't quite win that game. We didn't probably
in the Cyprus Cup.
In the Cyprus Cup. But definitely he wants to play exciting football, and I think that helps us, especially as attacking players. If you're going into a game thinking, okay, what I've got to do, I know what I've got to do when I'm on the ball, but if they go into a game thinking, I know what I've got to do off the ball, then all of a sudden it changes the. Do you know what I mean? It changes the seesaw a little bit. Like attacking players are now thinking defensively, and Do you know, it's a hard balance, I think, to get in a team. But as long as you've got half doing one, half doing the other, I think it's quite a good balance, and I think that's what he's trying to create a little bit. He's trying to create exciting football. He wants his striking force to be exciting and confident, really. Confident in going forward and knowing that they can attack and score goals. But then along with the back line and the sort of anchor player, being diligent in their jobs and being solid and secure and not to concede. Because again, competition, if you concede goals, you're gonna put yourself on the back foot, no matter how many goals you score.
Would it be nice to be out in Canada?
Definitely. I think that's.
I mean, on a personal level.
Yeah, on a personal level, that's definitely something that I think every player this season will probably have in the back of their mind a little bit, because they'll be thinking it's only around the corner.
I know it
and
is.
if you don't perform consistently through the season, then that could be a chop. So
it's going to be a crucial season for a lot of players.
A lot of players, it is.
To shine.
Yeah, definitely. So I think for the majority of the players that are already in the setup, see you later. See you later. Well done. See you later, Kirst.
She's got her presents there for 100th guest. You missed out.
I know,
if only you come a few minutes earlier.
I'm going to go and get off, actually.
Yeah, right. No, you're going to get off.
No, I'm going to get off her present.
Okay, right. Okay, no. Just to close with, tell me, what are your women's football in your eyes? Is it on the up and up, or is it? What do you reckon?
Well, how many people did we have here tonight? Today? Excuse me.
1.5.
1,500. What did we have on Wednesday?
I'm not sure. Is it a lot less?
I don't think it was still in the.
It was about
500s.
1,300. I think it was about 1,300. So you got 1,500 today. But if it had been in St Andrews, I was a bit baffled why it wasn't at St Andrews today. Yeah.
I think it's because they've got a game.
Really?
Did they play away?
Me and my ignorance. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Who did they play? Nottingham Forest. And they lost.
And they lost, yeah.
But I don't know where they played. I don't know if it's home or away. But
that's the men's team. Forget that. We're talking about girls' games. The men's game gets enough attention as it is. You know.
I don't really know the ins and outs of why we didn't play at St Andrews, but this is our home pitch for the rest of the season. I think we need to get the grasp of it, get the feel of it, and more importantly, get the fans through the door. Because I think if you can create people getting through at St Andrews, they're probably coming for the ground and the atmosphere of being in the stand. But if you can get them coming through here and they only know it's around the corner, it's going to make them want to come again. And I think, to be honest with you, it's probably great that people have come here. Do you know what I mean? It makes it a little bit better, because you turn around, you look around, and there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
It was near enough full, wasn't it?
There was.
And if you was to stick that 1,500 people in the stand at St Andrews, it'd look like no one was there. So.
Okay. Well, listen. I'm gonna close. As I could talk to you for half an hour. Seriously, I could. But obviously you got to get moving on. But I could honestly talk to you for a lot longer. I love your insights. I want to go into areas of football actually where I've been thinking quite recently. I don't want to get started just yet, but I've got a really interesting question that I want to ask footballers, in the sense of. Wouldn't it be nice if, like a lot of WSL players, where we could almost instill this into our culture, in terms of British culture, where top players could go to schools? And I know they do already. Apparently there's some of them popping to schools and things.
A lot of community work.
But I'm talking about sort of maybe the 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds. Because I was talking to a teacher quite recently, and I said, wouldn't it be lovely if all these top players, like role model players, could go into schools and things and do... Because like when you're at school, you get your cycling proficiency, and then the policeman comes in and talks about Green Cross Code and all that kind of stuff. But wouldn't it be wonderful if a footballer could come in for half a day, spend half a day with a bunch of 7-year-olds?
No, definitely.
And that could be an imprint in their mind.
Yeah, I think a lot of the clubs in the WSL do a lot of community schemes that they try and get a lot of the players to do the coaching with. I know that Lincoln did it massively last season. I know that we're trying to do it here. And I think Liverpool, that's another team that I know off the top of my head that have got community schemes involved. And the players that are coaches, because you've got to understand, not a lot of players want to go down that route of coaching. So whether it's to go in and do a session or just go in and do a talk,
I just think it would be awesome.
I think a lot of the clubs are doing it at that minute.
Yeah.
A lot of the clubs are doing it, and I think really to build a bit of a base and a bit of a background of the team, do you know what I mean, to get the kids aware of it again, because as much as it's up on the rise, there's still a lot of people that don't know that we're here and that we exist, do you know what I mean? Obviously people see it in papers and stuff now and again when it gets thrown out there, but there's still a lot of ignorance, I think, towards it.
But I just think it could be part of our culture.
Yeah, no,
you know, and the only way that's going to happen, in my eyes, I could be totally wrong. You know, I've only been in this game, or learning about this game since the Olympics, but I'm learning it as I go along.
Did you see the Daniel Sturridge interview with the kid the other day?
Well, recently?
Yeah.
No, but I saw this one video with Alan Hansen on with a little kid who was pretending to be Gary Lineker on Match of the Day.
Oh, really?
And it's absolutely awesome. That's the one I saw. But
Have you seen the Liverpool one where the kid interviews the players?
Yeah. You got this little boy.
No,
I'm just saying. No, but I honestly just think to myself, I've been thinking about this quite recently. That wouldn't it be ace if the FA or whoever would just employ these people to just basically, that would be their job, to go around in the area or in the community of Britain and like talk to these players. And like I said to you years ago, right, when I was at school, years ago, but we had this. There was this cartoon it used to be on, which was called Mr. Ben, and what it was a guy, and he used to go into this shop, and then he changed into like this thing, and then he'd have an adventure, and it was a kids' TV for a while. And then the guy who did that was a guy called David McKee, and he was a drawer. And when we were about 6 or 8 years old, he came into our school. What's caught your eye? And then he got me keeping, but he came into our school and did some drawings, and we said, oh God, it's that guy who does that animation. And then the very next day, we were only like 7 or 8 years old, the very next day 5 kids wanted to be artists.
Oh really?
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So can you imagine what it would be like if a footballer came in, you know, the light projector showing them training, bits and bobs, scoring a goal. Those things can be really inspiring to 7 or 8 year olds, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing is with football, it is very cultured, isn't it, in England? But again, I still think it's school orientated. I remember being at school, and I remember being in an assembly, and this is senior school as well. And I think it was a PE teacher, and they literally turned around and said, because our school was very rugby orientated, they turned around and said, oh, don't be thinking that you're going to be the next David Beckham. Put a back burner on the football aspect, and was like, don't be thinking you're going to be a good footballer. You know,
and how old was the kid?
This is when I was at school, so this is like from year 7.
Right, okay.
So 11.
Yeah.
Don't be thinking you're going to be a footballer, you need to concentrate on rugby. And I remember that being studied, I remember that being like standing out, thinking like, and they only got a rugby player to come in. Do you know what I mean? They didn't get someone like a tennis player or something, just because rugby is their school sport. And I thought that was quite bad, really, because
words can hurt when you're young.
Why limit?
And they stay with you.
Why like narrow people, corridor people off
exactly.
to one sport just because it's their school sport? And I thought that's something that stuck. Do you know what I mean? Stuck with me as I've moved on. I sort of laugh about it now. I've never been back to school, and you know where I've been in my footballing career. Really, I probably should have. Do you know what I mean? I probably should do that talk for them.
No,
and
so you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
Because then you can emphasise the situation, can't you? You know, you can show total empathy with the situation and the thing. No, well, you know, honestly, like I said to you, I could just go on and on and on.
But it's scary because.
Well, I could go on and on.
Yeah, that's scary as well. It's my brother-in-law's 30th birthday party tonight. I've got to get back for it. I've got to get back up north. What time is it actually? But what I'm going to say, you know, it's scary because Remy, who plays in his team, and Kirsty, who plays, both went to the same primary school. Joe went to Manor, which is in Mansfield, and I went to Manor, which is in Mansfield. I was only there for a year because I moved house then. But as daft as it sounds, there's a lot of mixtures in where people have come from, and with that we've gone to the same schools. Do you know what I mean? So for schools that probably don't know it, probably should jump on the bandwagon a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So especially for like Remy and Kirsty's primary school, I think they said the other day, I think Kirsty's mum was like, I'm writing into the school. You know what I mean? They should know about this because both of them scored, didn't they, in the Arsenal game? So they was like, you know, they should know about this. They should do something about it. And I think you're right. Like the kids, that they should aspire. They should want to be like us. Do you know what I mean? This should be their aspiration.
You know, the one thing I love about this is that being independent is that I can talk for as long as I like. No, there's no one there. We've got no one around us. We can just go on and on and on. And I'm not joking yet. It's an education for me. It really is. Talking to all these players, as I get so nervous, like I said, about the approaching side. But once I get involved with conversation, it's just such an education. But listen, okay, what we're going to do is that if you just show the ball, actually, you've got a signature there, just to the camera. Up. We've got the ball. I've got the ball. And what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to be trying to get as many signatures as I can. I'm going to try and do a giveaway, dear viewer. Okay, and this is for Sports Relief, and this is for Sports Relief. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Sports Relief website link below, which is very interesting. So if you get a chance to have a little look at it. But each player, I'm going to give them one piece of merchandising. So there you go, lovely lady.
Oh.
There's no rat in there.
Are you sure? Feels a bit furry.
Oh, look at that.
Not far from that.
Doesn't know, that's behind the camera. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh wait, listen. 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes we've been talking.
50 seconds.
No, quite. Exactly. No, exactly. That's right. Okay. So then. Oh, like Jade. Oh yeah, she's run away from me. Okay. So listen. So what's the next game? Obviously the next
Sunday.
league game.
I think the league game's a month away.
Really?
Yeah, we've got FA Cup again.
Okay.
And we've got and the Continental Cup.
Okay.
So I think we play the Sunday, and then we've got the Oval on the Thursday, which is.
I forgot it's Easter time.
Thank you. Don't eat chocolate.
Yeah, but give it to someone you love. Okay, right. Okay, well, listen. It's been lovely having a good old chat with you. I think you had my longest conversation actually, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it.
Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing. It means we can talk a lot.
Okay, until next time. Just listen. Good luck for the second leg. You know, if you keep playing, I said to Kirsty, if you keep playing the way you did in the second half, there's no chance, there's no reason why you won't get to the final. Do you know what I mean? And wouldn't that be awesome?
Definitely.
It would
That's
be.
what we're going for.
All right then. Well, listen. Thanks for hanging around.
No problem.
And I'll take care. And I'll see you soon.
Thank
All
you.
right then. Thank you.
Speak to you later. I've got to
Okay.
go and get my stuff now.
No.